What is up, Retromaniacs? My name is Mike. His name's Joe. His name's EP, and we're here to talk about cards. What are we talking about this week, EP?
We're going to the National.
What?
Listen. Yeah,
I thought we weren't going to the
Don't
National.
tell people that. We're going to be lining up to see us, EP. You can't lie to our viewers.
We're lining up to run away from us. Maybe that's it.
In a couple weeks, August 19th, I'm going to be setting up at a card show for the first time. It's the First United Methodist Church in Muncie. It's on Saturday, August 19th.
Is that the National? Where's the National?
It's not.
Oh, I thought it was in Muncie. I was like, cool.
Kevin, a guy who we've seen in a couple shows, we talked to him a couple times, and he's running a show. It's a benefit show for his church youth group, and it's going to be a fun time. I'm really looking forward to it.
Okay.
But I was like, I've never set up at a show, and I know you two guys have, so I've come up with a way for us to discuss the National and the shows. So the National Board of Directors, they're like, oh my gosh, the Mike's Retro Trading Cards guys aren't coming. I'm giving each of you your own table, and a party bus, and a U-Haul.
Okay.
So we're getting on a party bus. We're going to go out there. We're on a U-Haul for all of our stuff and a party bus. We're going to be going to the National. We're each going to have our own table. So the first order of business, what does your table look like? We'll start with Joe.
It's going to have a lot of pizzazz.
Glass cases, dollar boxes, sealed wax. What do you got? What do you table?
It's going to have pizzazz out the yin yang, first off.
All right.
You know, you see those
Define
things where
pizzazz.
people have like roulette wheels and stuff, and it's like they can play. You know, I'll have something like that, like for giveaways. Something's to draw on people to my table for sure. It would have glass
like
cases.
Flashing lights.
Yes, absolutely.
A dancing clown. Who knows?
A rotating Kenny Pickett, though.
I was going to ask if that was going to be
life size, though. You're going to have Kenny Pickett standing on a platform.
People are going to think it's Kenny Pickett doing fake slide.
It'll actually be Kenny Pickett.
If I could, I would. No, so I would have glass cases, and I would have like higher end stuff. I don't deal with the dollar boxes like you and Mike do. So for me, it would just be single cards primarily, maybe like some sets that I have built over the years that, you know, I would probably have available. But again, it would be mostly single cards and glass cases and pizzazz out the yin yang.
Mike, how about you? Much pizzazz, and what do you got?
Now, does this have to be stuff I actually have, or are we talking hypothetical?
I mean, hey, there's going to be more questions coming, but it's a hypothetical. Whatever.
Okay.
What is your ideal table?
My ideal table, I would load up with 90s insert cards and refractors. Like I would be Mike's Retro Trading Cards. Like if you want to buy something brand new, don't come to me. I'm not the guy. I would have, you know, all the finest refractors. I'd have all the cool like Fleer EX die cut stuff. I'd have all the cool stuff out of metal. So just load up my whole table with all the cool inserts that came out in the 90s and early 2000s. And I'll have a dancing clown at mine too. Maybe a juggler and a mime.
Well, I suspect our tables would be right 3 by, 1, 2, 3.
Well, I think it was we're going to get a corner, so it'd be like
we're going to get a corner, right? So my pizzazz will spill over a little bit to pizzazz.
So much pizzazz.
Do you think they'd let us put up like a carnival tent above our table?
Oh,
that'd be pretty cool.
You
could walk in.
Huge fans. They're huge.
It'd be like the freak show kind of thing. You have to pay to get in. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, there it is.
So I'm surprised that neither of you said that there would be any not be any like Mike's Retro Trading Cards merch anywhere on any of your tables. I figured that maybe we'd have some merch somewhere, but at least we're
working on things. We don't want to spoilers.
We have to give people a reason to come to the table to see what's there. You can't give it all away here.
Okay, all right. I'm also surprised that after the National last year, we talked about having space for negotiations, deals with customers. That dealers should have that space. Would you guys make any room for that sort of stuff at your tables? Remember that was a big deal for us that you couldn't get to a lot of tables because of people standing there with their Zion cases trying to make deals and stuff.
Yeah, that's a good point. We did mention that on our recap video. Yeah, I mean, especially if we are selling, well, in my case, right, it's mostly the high-end stuff. Yeah, absolutely, because you're going to suspect that people are going to come up, and if they see a card they want but they can't afford it, but they have some stuff to add with cash, you want to make those deals, and you want to have it off to the side so it's not covering up the other stuff, which I always thought was hysterical. I'm trying to look into someone's case, and it's a 20-year-old kid with a Zion box, is all his cards is spread out, and I couldn't even like kind of search for what I was looking for. And the dealers didn't really seem to care. They were more interested in what they were looking to buy from that person than what they were trying to sell out of their case.
Right.
I would love to have a space, but unfortunately, I'm going to have a juggler. So, like, I need the room for the juggler. Now, if I could train the juggler to look at the cards, maybe people could line up and, like, when the juggler stops juggling, he could look at cards and go, no, oh yeah, Michael want this, and then send them to me. So I'll have the juggler can pre-screen what people have, because I don't want to be bothered if people are like walking around with like Zion rookie cards or Ellie De La Cruz. I don't want that stuff. So the juggler can weed them out, and if it's like they give them a problem, just bop them in the head with like the bowling pin.
Despite all the pizzazz, I think your budget's going to be way higher if you're hiring an actual juggler who's actually also going to be able to grade and understand cards.
Hey, it's national, baby.
Ask Rob if he knows how to juggle, because he kind of looks like a clown anyway, and he knows he knows a little bit about cards, not much, but he knows enough. He knows enough.
Wow!
This is just testing to see if he actually watches. This is a test.
There we go.
All right. Okay. And the last question on this part of it, the setup part: are all the cards priced?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
That's not a question for us, right?
And they would be updated before we went. Like it wouldn't be hey.
Oh no, this one's worth way more. I got this
2019.
And if there's any question, just ask the juggler.
Okay.
He knows all the prices. Absolutely.
Or Kenny. Kenny apparently knows all the prices too, and he'll be there. So,
all right. So you don't have a blank check like in the last one that I did, but you freed up a couple $1,000s to acquire some inventory. These are like going to be showpieces, showstoppers. What 5, 10, or 20 cards are you tracking down that you want to put in your cases? Like Mike, you said you're going to have a lot of 90s inserts, but I'm sure you're going to have at least one glass case. So you're talking about what cards are you looking for to track down before the show, just to be showstoppers, to have in your case, to have people stop in and check it out. Mike, take it away.
I can't spend this money on a second juggler.
Man, you're obsessed with juggling. I didn't know this.
Okay, I just wanted to know if it has to be cards, not a second juggler, like one at each end of the table. Fantastic, with like a spotlight coming down on them. But
as they drop one of the balls and Kenny falls and tears his ACL.
Do you want a specific card or just in general?
No specifics.
Okay.
Just like in general. Like if, for instance, it's going to be in Chicago. This one's in Chicago, so like you want to get a bunch of Brian Urlacher rookie cards, or a variety of rookie cards. I mean, whatever you think that you want to have in your case. Okay. You don't need to say a 2019 number down to whatever now.
I would also, with all the inserts and refractors, I want to have like a case with all the key rookie cards, probably graded, like, because people are in that. Why not? So yeah, I feel like I would have to have a section, like if I'm doing the retro trading card thing, I can't just have inserts, although that'll be a big part of it. But if you're going to buy a Ken Griffey Jr. refractor, you might also want to buy a Ken Griffey Jr. rookie card. So I'd probably load up on some upper deck rookies, some of the key stuff, maybe some Tom Brady, not a whole lot. Joe, a little too expensive for my taste, but
you also know that the next table might have a few.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll have the juggler send them right down your way. But yeah, like key rookie cards from the era, I think I'll also load up on.
Okay. Joe, how about you? I'm interested in yours because I know you like the you'd like to dabble in the non-sports stuff. So what are you trying to track down for your?
Yeah, that's a good point. So the first thing is Tom Brady rookie cards. I would like to get some and not high end, because
I won't carry any if you're carrying them.
Okay, perfect. And we'll play off of each other. It'll work out great. And I'm not talking like SPX, SP. I'm talking like accessible ones, because I think that was something we did not see at the National when we were there. It all seemed it was like someone either had the absolute lowest Tom Brady rookie card or the absolute highest Tom Brady rookie card, right? So I want to dabble in that like $200 to $500 range and get a nice assorted collection of different ones. So that would be a big part of it. But you brought it up, EP, the non-sports thing. I'd love to get some PMGs to throw out there. I'd love to get some of the nicer, I'm trying to point to the Doctor Strange, like some of the retro, because even though I'm not at the retro table specifically, I'm still part of the retro family.
Yes,
So those
absolutely.
cards are so cool to have because they look just like the ones from the 90s, like stuff like that. Nothing super expensive on that end because those PMGs get ridiculously high.
Right.
But like you can get some of the, lesser characters that people might be interested in for set building and things like that. So yeah, that would be a part of it as well. I wouldn't have any Kenny Pickett's, and I'll tell you why. It would make my heart hurt
You're
every time
keeping
I
them all.
Right, exactly.
And I mean, you
Everyone's
have Kenny Pickett on the spinning
You
pedestal.
couldn't
Right,
sell
You
any
don't
of his
need
stuff,
any
right?
cards.
Yeah.
it's just spinning right around.
So my next question was going to be like, what inventory would you bring from home? You guys both kind of addressed that already. I feel like a little bit, but is there anything that you have at home that you haven't been able to sell from your like that from your stuff that would sell at the National?
That's a good question. Nothing that I know would definitely sell at the National, but I do have, like I mentioned, when I got back into it, I started as I was collating all these cards. I'm like, I'm really close to a lot of sets, right? So again, kind of on Mike's corner a little bit here, but like I do have a lot of sets from that 99 to 2002 era that sports, non-sports, a bunch of everything that I have a lot of views on eBay and a lot of watchers on eBay, but no buyer. Like I've sold a
Mhm.
few, but there are a lot that I get a lot of views and things like that that I would definitely take along because I think you put up a set of cards from 1999 for like $30, someone's going to buy that at the National. I mean, if they're into that type of thing. If they're not, they're not. Whatever. But I think I have a better chance of selling it there than hoping for the right buyer on eBay.
Mike?
I have 3 1988 Topps football sets with graded Bo Jackson rookie cards. I have a 7 and 2 8s. I'm going to take those with me because I'm certain somebody will buy them. And I just haven't ever gotten around to listing them on eBay, and I may never. So I feel like this would be a good opportunity. If anybody's looking for an 88 Topps set with graded Bo Jackson, hit me up. Let me know in the comments. I'll be more than
Comment down
happy
below.
to give you a deal. Yeah. So I'd take those.
All right. Finally, let's talk about plans and strategies. So, would you set any hard or soft rules for yourself as far as buying or selling at your table? Mike, I think it's your turn to go first. Or no, I think it's Mike. Your turn to go first.
I'll go. No, man. When do I ever set rules for myself on buying? As long as I have money to buy something, if I want to buy it, I'm going to buy it. So yeah, I mean, if you're walking up to me with your case full of cards and I open it up and they're all refractors from the 90s, what am I going to do? Say no, I'm not buying? I'm buying. I'm totally buying that stuff. So come on. EP, you've been to the card shows with me. You've gone to the card shop with me. Do you know me to ever limit myself if I think I can buy something to resell? No, I don't.
No.
So no
All
limits.
Right. Okay. Joe?
And I feel like I'm gonna get hit up by Mike, be like, hey, have you bought anything? Because I could use some of that cash you brought. But yeah, I'm the same. Like if I was an actual dealer at the National, my goal would be to break even. You know what I mean? Like because there's a lot of stuff you could buy there from people walking past that I'm sure a buyer somewhere else, right? So if I could buy something and sure not make much money or even maybe lose a little bit of money to be there to have that table and get more inventory, sure. Now, me personally, I wouldn't limit myself if I know there's an end game possibility or if it's something for my personal collection, which is not out of the realm of possibility of me buying too. I mean, that's why I kind of envy the dealers because they really do get first crack at everything. People are coming up to them all the time. So there are cards that I probably would love for my PC that I probably won't have an opportunity to get because of a person with a Zion box. I feel like we're endorsing Zion, by the way. We've said that so many times. But walking to the dealer with that box and selling it to them directly. It's such a good outlet to get inventory.
Yeah, it would be amazing to just one day see what all comes to your table to be offered to you. That'd be fun.
Yeah. How far do you been on your prices? Right? Are you pricing your cards like right on the money, or are you guys going to give yourself some wiggle room to be able to give people deals?
I would price them at eBay comps and then be able to come down 15 to 20% off of those is kind of where my mind is at first. I'm sure if there was some other negotiation or they're buying several other, kind of like I do on eBay, if someone's going to buy, a bunch of stuff from me on eBay, I'll give them a little bit better of a deal. But I kind of think that's a good baseline, because if I sold it on eBay for 100, I'm only getting $85, right? So that way I know what I can come down to. But then if someone says, well, would you do, 75 or 80, maybe I'm buying some from them. Maybe it's part of a bigger deal. Maybe it's part trade, part cash. There's ways to wiggle around. But yeah, I wouldn't have any hard set. I have to get this, because that's the worst thing people have, in my opinion. Like, oh, I'm into this card for too much, I can't sell it. Well, what are the odds of that card coming back to what you're into it anyway? Right. So maybe just take the money that you can get from it and then try and make a move somewhere else.
Yeah, it's a tricky thing, because I definitely like to give people deals. If you're going to have a lot of stuff there, though, like if you just price it at the deal price, they don't know they're getting a deal.
Right.
Right. Because people might know comps of certain cards they're looking for, but something else might catch their eye and they don't know what it sells for. So I think I'm like Joe. I'll probably be like at right around eBay comps, but maybe I'll have some signs up saying interested in a card, let's make a deal, kind of thing. So people know that, okay, here's the price, but I'm willing to negotiate. Because like I talk about this all the time. The best deal is one where both the buyer and the seller are happy. There is an area that is below a comp but above a certain price where the buyer's going to go, well, I'm really happy with that. And you're going to go, I'm really happy with that. And that's where you want to be. Like the people like that, oh, I have to be at comps, or, oh, I have this much into it. Like you said, Joe, like that's not how transactions should work. That's now how you do business long term. Like you build your business by making people happy, giving them deals, and, buying the stuff right so you can give them deals is a big part of it too. So yeah, I think I'd price at comps, but make it very well known that, okay, we can negotiate from this comp.
Okay. Speaking of deals, any giveaways or special deals?
I would. I
think it's Mike's turn to go, but with all the pizzazz, I want to hear what Joe has to say about the pizzazz. So you're gonna have any deals or special giveaways or anything special deals at your table?
Me?
Well, he has the wheel to spin.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to do.
Explain what that is.
Have you guys seen this at all on card videos? It's like we talked about this on the pod this week about the mixing of gambling and cards and all this thing. There are like people who bring roulette wheels, right? And they have the board, and you put $5 on, and if you hit, you get to pick out of this grab bag of like hundreds of dollars of cards. It's like straight up gambling.
Wow.
Like I don't know how they get.
I don't know if the National will allow that, Joe.
I think I saw one at the National. Like,
okay.
Yes,
wow.
Like these are at dealer tables. So if that's something that I could get away with, or they allowed, I think that would be a blast. But
if they didn't, you would offer stuff for free.
You'd also have a side table set up for some poker.
Blackjack.
Blackjack. Okay.
There's like a cloak over top of it. Like you gotta get another handshake to get in. Like it's not. You can't.
But yeah, I would definitely do giveaways. But not like we're not big stores. We're not. You know what I mean? We're not huge channels. I mean, we're we don't have the financial wherewithal that some of these folks do. So I would do giveaways, but it would be like low dollar stuff, or maybe if you're wearing a Pitt Panthers shirt, you get 10% off. Like something silly like that. I wouldn't have anything major set up. We'd have giveaways, but I think we would do that as a combined our corner giveaways. The channel stuff that we've talked about.
Okay, Mike.
I would do giveaways. Yeah. First of all, I would give free juggling lessons. My juggler would be able to talk juggling. No, I mean, same thing with Joe, like lower dollar giveaways, but like every hour on the hour, I'm going to give away like a $5 or $10 card from the 90s, like a Griffey card or Frank Thomas card, or, Troy Aikman, whoever.
You're gonna put a big sign out for that too.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm gonna
do
like I said, we talk all the time. Like people that watch our channel are people that can be happy with a $2 card, right? So I feel like we're not going to disappoint anybody at the table because we don't have the big time flippers that are coming here just make money. We have people that love these cards, love those players, and you give that stuff away. Plus, anybody that walks up to me and shows me that they're subscribed to this channel is going to get something. I don't know what it is. We're going to have something made up. I don't know if it'll be a hat, a t-shirt, whatever, maybe a beer koozie. I don't know, but I will definitely, you walk up to me and show me you subscribe to the channel, you're getting something free.
Will the juggler, the balls, the juggler's juggling, will they be branded?
He's not juggling balls. He's juggling bowling pins. I already
Are they? But are they branded Mike's Retro Trading Cards?
Of course.
Okay.
Right. They're gonna be like flashing lights and everything. Maybe playing the intro music.
That's where the whole budget. Yeah. That's where the whole budget is going.
It is.
So
I think one last thing. I think you brought up, Mike, with the low dollar thing and giveaways. I think I would take all my boxes of all of my stuff that I've collated and drop it there at the National. I would need like 3 tables just for that and say free for free. Take whatever you want, because we're talking like 5-cent cards. I mean, this is a good way to just make someone happy, make a kid happy.
People walking around carrying 5,000 gallon boxes full of commons.
Fantastic.
They would though.
No,
you absolutely know they would.
Like
yeah,
they would be. They would be.
So
every hour, that's what I'll do. I'll put another box out every hour and be like, "All right, have at it."
You're gonna have like fights breaking out of your table.
Oh man,
gosh. Will you guys make time to walk the floor? Let's say, hey Joe, hey Mike, can you check my? Can you watch my table for a while? We walk the floor for PC stuff, or we walk the floor looking for more inventory for your table?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, you have to, right?
Yeah. And I think the benefit, well, I will say the benefit of being a dealer is a lot of stuff comes to you. Like we mentioned this several times already, but a lot of the stuff comes to you. But yeah, you have to walk the floor. Though, make sure whoever is in charge of your table knows what the things are priced at, and don't just take the word of the person trying to buy it.
Yeah,
if you don't know what I'm talking
Tom
about.
Brady rookie. Yeah,
right. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch our national recap video. But yeah, if you have someone that you feel comfortable watching your table, yes, absolutely, you should be trying to go out there and check for inventory and make deals of your own, because what someone can't sell at one table, you might be able to sell at yours, or someone who would be into buying it.
And do you think there are laws of how long I can make the juggler juggle without stopping?
I'm pretty sure there are labor laws.
Well, then what I'll do is I'll train them so in their down times when they're not juggling, he can work the stand, then I can go walk around. I wasn't sure. In my mind, the ideal situation would just be juggling the whole time. But
for 4 consecutive days.
Yeah. I mean, great. That'd be great, right?
It would. It would.
Someone would get killed by one of those bowling pins. I can just see it now.
Professional juggler, Joe. There is no risk of that happening.
Have to sign a waiver.
All right, Mike. Let's say somebody walks up to your table on Thursday. So you're set up. You're here for the whole week: Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Somebody walks up to your table Thursday and says, "I want all of it. Your entire table." They give you a price that's too good to be true. You can't pass it up, but now you have no inventory, or at least none of the showstoppers. All your best stuff's gone the very first day. What's your next move?
Is the juggler still there?
I mean, you pay the juggler for 4 days. You got the table for 4 days.
So they're not getting the juggler though. They're just taking my cards.
You can't sell people, Mike. It doesn't. You can't do that.
I didn't know if they were taking the juggler to their table, not owning them. They would be using their services. I would subcontract the juggler out to the other table with the cards.
I mean, maybe the deal is that they get the bowling pins, so the juggler's sitting there with nothing to juggle. That's possible, but you can't sell the juggler.
I feel like if it's too good to be true, I would have to take it. Yes. But then I would keep the juggler there, keep all the giveaway stuff, and then I'd have a big "I am buying" sign, and just have people come, and I'd replenish right there on the spot.
Okay.
At least in my mind, that would work.
All right.
As an aside, Mike's been leaning so hard into this juggling thing. It kind of reminds me of that other podcast that you do, EP, where all you talk about is fishing. And I'm like, are they going to talk about cards here at some point? I don't know, but yeah, I mean, too good to be true. I'm out. I'm closing up shop. I mean, I'm like, yeah, peace.
You're not gonna hang out with the two of us for the rest of the week or the rest of the 4 days?
For sure.
What's Kenny Pickett gonna do?
What's Kenny Pickett gonna do? Stand there by himself at an empty table?
Oh no!
Standing around?
He's gonna stand there and he's gonna be all sad, and people are gonna be walking by. He's like, "Yeah, this thing's supposed to turn around, but Joe, I don't know what to do."
I would have photo
job.
opportunities for Kenny to sign autographs or something. But yeah, I mean, kidding aside, yeah, I would absolutely sell out if it was too good to be true. And then, like Mike said, start working the floor to get inventory. We do have those tables. I guess they're not paying for the tables to not have any. I mean, we already paid for them, so we might as well try and use them for something.
Okay. Now on the opposite side, somebody walks up the first day. We tell him about our channel. He comes back the last day and says, "Look, guys, I love you guys. My entire collection is exactly what you guys collect. We're talking sealed 2000 football stuff. We're talking Marvel with the 2015 retro cases of it. And again, the offer's too good to be true. But the deal is we have to go pick it up in person and record us picking it up and at the negotiations and interview him and all that stuff for the channel." He lives in Wichita, Kansas, which is farther away from Chicago than Danville, Pennsylvania is to Chicago. So we're going to be on the party bus in the U-Haul for longer to get there. And then we have to drive all the way back then to Pennsylvania. So what's our move? What's our move?
What? There's no question. We're doing that.
Yeah, we're going. We're going.
Of course we are.
Well,
Wichita? I have family in Wichita.
Do you really?
No, I don't.
So what if he like we just wanted to go, would we just go see it?
First off, yes, we're absolutely doing it. That's without question.
Okay. All right.
Second, it sounds a lot like that show Chasing Cardboard, which I really do like. So if there is a rock auto in there, I'd say we get it authenticated. That's just
I agree. I'm all for it.
Yeah. Let's get
all yays here. Yes.
All yays.
But let me say that the party bus content would be more exciting than anything.
Oh my gosh! Could you imagine?
Any hobby content creators put on YouTube. Let me just say that flat out right there.
Yep. Absolutely agree.
That's it.
That's Wichita.
So
Wichita. I got the shit kicked out of me in Wichita once. I almost said Wisconsin. I almost said the actual line.
The Sunshine State.
No, that's it.
Sunshine State. Glorious.
No, that's it. Thank you guys for helping me out. Think about what I'm going to take to my card show and our imaginary trip to the national. I mean, unless the board of directors wants to comp us 3 tables and comp us the party bus and comp us the U-Haul. I mean, I think we'd all be in, right? And now you're paying for your own juggler and you're paying for your own Kenny Pickett.
You're paying for your
own.
If
I could give you one bit of advice, seriously, for the show, hire a juggler. Hire a juggler.
All right. Couch it with seriously.
Absolutely.
Okay, EP, I'm going to give you one piece of advice seriously for the show.
Yes. Right.
Don't hire a juggler. It seems like sunk cost. I'm getting
conflicting advice here. I'm not sure what to do.
You got to spend money to make money in this hobby.
Viewers, let us know what do you think. Jugglers are know at your table. If you're doing a card show, please let us know.
No. Let us know if you were walking through the national and there was a stand with a juggler. Would you stop? I'm gonna say yes. Let me know.
All right, that's it, guys. Yeah,
okay. Well, we'll see you next week. Take care, guys.
Thank you, guys. See you.